Hi. Yeah, so it's occurred to me this morning that I haven't uh, relevantly been forthcoming about some stuff. Well, here's the shirt that Jesus gave me, by the way. Isn't that so nice? I love it. It was awesome. He was like, this is for you," and he left it on a bench, a seat somewhere. So I was like, I'll take it. Thank you. I haven't been forthcoming regarding, I guess you could say, who I am and how it is that I came into the world. So we can talk about that. I was born in the 70s, kind of a long time ago. And looking back on it, there are some things that were happening then that definitely raise eyebrows in people of the now, which is interesting because I'm almost like, wouldn't that be the same thing as, etc., what have you? But apparently it's, I don't know, whole new ball game is what I keep understanding as a result of their reactions, which I don't quite understand. But from what I remember, and I'll say that I'm a product of the 80s, any day, because that's basically what the golden years were. We were like, yay, we can do this stuff, and we could still actually have a lot of fun because seatbelt laws weren't quite mandatory yet then. And so we could just go and have great, bounce around joyrides, and that was awesome. And we'd go a lot and have a really fun time doing that. So my siblings and I were spoiled. We were spoiled. We had a great time. The 80s were fun. That was the golden years for us. And we could watch Saturday morning cartoons, G.I. Joe, all the way, because that was really where it was at. We were like, what do we need to know? And so we'd watch G.I. Joe and understand a little better. And not all of it, mind you. We weren't, exposed to anything we should not have been, which was great because the 80s were just very, it was spot on. Any more than that would have been too much. It was awesome. For the most part, we were extremely well adjusted. I miss the 80s, to be honest. So we've got cereal, breakfast cereal options like you wouldn't believe. It was like heaven. We'd go to the grocery store and say, Mom, can we try this one? And usually she'd say, oh, that's a lot of sugar. Nah, we're not going to do that. And we'd be like, please, Mom, please. And every once in a while, if we timed it just right or said it just the right way, she'd say, we'll try one box. But we had to scrimp because there's a lot of us. So each of us got about a bowl and a half. And we would just enjoy that bowl and a half and be like, we got that cereal. And it was fun. It was really fun. So cartoons and breakfast cereal, that was a big deal then. The 90s, y'all. Whoa. I can't lie. I was all about the gangster, like Coolio, especially. Gangster's Paradise. That was a good song. I was like, can we make our own, because we're girls and we're also from a somewhat different culture, still technically the same area, but you know what I'm saying? That's not the same thing. But it was fun. We were having fun. So Southern California was awesome. Anybody who grew up with the beach nearby and the temperate climate is happy to tell everybody it's the best. It really is the best. And we didn't really have to worry much about where our next paycheck was going to come from, because things somehow were so well from the 80s into the 90s that it just worked out really great. It was awesome. And so my upbringing, my youth, all the way into my adulthood, I would say about 23, 24, perfect, absolutely perfect. You couldn't ask for a better experience. Everything was happening exactly as it should. And I look back on it with yearning. I want that again, Let's do that again. Grade school was a big deal. And I'm not gonna lie, I wasn't the best, most studious of attendant associates or what have you, whatever you'd call that. But I was there when I had to be. If I had to be there, I was. If I didn't, I would in a flash. No questions asked. Goodbye. I barely graduated, but I did actually graduate with my graduating class, natural age group, what have you. Barely. I barely did it, y'all. And I don't know. Adulthood has been quite a quandary, quite a wonder. What in the world happened? Don't ask me, honestly. I cannot start to tell you. I don't know where to start to tell you. It's confusing. It is a confusing one. But I'm not the only one, you see? It happened to me and another of my siblings that we were like, this wasn't in our plans. Definitely not what we were intending. So, there's that. You gotta admit, for a country that claims to have all its ducks in a row, it's just really not functioning the way it's expected to. But other than that, I think we'll be all right. I am a big girl now, and I have no problems answering questions about who I was or what I was experiencing. Have a blessed day.